But then flying under the radar, I think because of how big Cloth was at this tournament as a whole,
Yeah.
is this list from Mads, the Dragapult Iron Thorns. Now this is a deck we've seen in the past. It came out of Japan a little bit ago. Um, but it's definitely like not been a popular deck. It's a more under the radar choice. But Mads was first seed going into Top Cut with this list.
Yeah, 10-0 starts, so locked up cut early as soon as you possibly can. And then I don't remember how it went out from there for Mads, but ended up first seed. It
You
is
see
a
what Osh deck is
trolley.
in here? Yep.
There's a trolley. So yeah, the trolley making moves. Number one card so far, I think, out of Surging Sparks, right? For sure. So far. I think there's definitely time for someone to overtake it, but
Yeah.
we're definitely seeing a lot of different decks abuse it so far.
I saw
And
someone tweet about this deck. They like played in an online tournament, got top cut, and they were like, "I hate that this deck works and is good, but because it looks like a deck that someone who started playing the game last week built."
yeah, it really does. It really does. Like Iron Thorns, one of Dragapult's problems is things are faster than it, like a lot faster, and it's hard to keep up. Iron Thorns slows down so many decks, and it does do damage, right? It does hit for 140 damage. You can start to move your energy to your Dragapults, buy
Yep.
some time, and then you kind of make that transition from your Iron Thorns into your Dragapult, whether that be your opponent KO'd your first Iron Thorns, or you just go ahead and retreat it with your future booster energy capsule. But it really is just using Iron Thorns to slow your opponent down while you get into your Dragapults, and then
Yep.
hopefully have a prize advantage by the time you start attacking with your first Dragapult.
And this deck is really fueled by the power of Crispin being able to get that extra energy attachment. So it's like you go first, attach to Thorns, and then boom, turn to Crispin. You're attacking with Iron Thorns, right? You play
Yep.
it slow as well with the Arvin into the evolution. In the games you go second as well, like kind of just whatever you need. Yeah, Crispin I think is just like an insanely powerful supporter, like a supporter card that pulls two energy out of your deck and then attaches one, not accounting it as your attachment for turn, like insanely powerful effect.
The deck looks like you said, someone said it looks like a deck that someone who started playing the game last week would build, and they're not wrong. Like, why does this make sense? And like it doesn't until I think you probably play with the deck. Like I said, I haven't even played with the deck yet, but I think it probably doesn't make sense until you actually play with the deck, and it's like, oh, okay, Dragapult's really good, really powerful, but it's kind of slow. We need something to slow them down and do something with. Iron Thorns just does that. I wonder, this would definitely be one of those combinations of cards where I think we've talked about this in the past before, where like the creators of the game, do you think they thought of Iron Thorns, Dragapult, Crispin?
How could they, dude?
And we should shout out the tech card in here as well, the Toad Scroll, a pretty powerful card, I feel like, in the current meta or
Where's
in the
the
current
grass
format.
energy?
No grass energy, so we can't attack with it.
Gosh.
But its ability says your opponent can't put cards from their discard pile into their hand. So you can't use Night Stretcher, you can't use Pokestop. For anyone who doesn't know, Pokestop puts the cards in your discard pile first. So even if you discard 3 items on Pokestop, they don't make it to their way into your hand. Also, it's also not just trainers but abilities. So it shuts down Legacy Star as well, which is a big one. So you're already slowing them down with the Thorns, and then you take away their Legacy Star with the Toad Scroll. That's pretty annoying. That's
Honestly,
pretty
this
annoying.
card just kind of seems good in the current format. Like, there's a
Yeah.
lot of stuff that this shuts down. Like, what other deck could even play this?
Charizard. Like we've seen it in Charizard before in the
We
past. I feel like
have,
it
yeah,
could be
yeah.
slotted in Charizard.